Hi, boys and girls. Hey, I'm sitting outside on my deck enjoying nature. The sun's shining a little bit here. I can hear the birds singing. I love that. I'm drinking my hot tea with honey and lavender. I love it out here. It's so peaceful. I sit out here a lot. I scrapbook out here, and I read out here. And we eat our meals out here a lot in the summer, so I love it out here. But anyway, I hope you all are staying healthy and doing okay, and I miss you all so much. I'm going to read to you my favorite book from when I was a child. I love this book so much. My mom read it to me so much. My book was actually wore out. The cover had come off. Mom had read it to me so much. So I had to order a new book a couple years ago so I could read it to my granddaughter. But it's all about helping your neighbor out. I think that's the gist of the story. And with our day of, social distancing right now and the coronavirus and trying to stay home, the best thing we can do to help our neighbors out is stay home and stay away from each other. That's a little different than what we always say about, playing nice together and all that stuff. But right now we need to stay away from each other. That's the best thing we can do to help each other to stop the spread of this disease. But those are the things. There's a lot of people doing a lot of things to help each other out. They're leaving food on each other's doorsteps, or if they know their neighbor needs something, some supplies, they've been going and getting stuff like toilet paper and leaving it on their neighbor's porch if they can find the toilet paper. But anyway, we're helping the neighbor with their yard work or whatever. You don't have to get close to each other to do that kind of stuff. But you can be a good PAX leader and help your family out at home. That's kind of like helping your neighbor. Your family is, and they're like your neighbors. And you can help with your chores. You can pick up your toys. You can help with dishes or laundry. You can help with the yard work. Definitely do your homework, whether you do your packet or online. Get it done. And always wash your hands. That's another way to help each other out. And cover your coughs, as we've talked about. But I'm going to read to you my favorite book today. It's called Miss Twiggley's Tree. And it's all about helping each other out. And I think with, our PAX program at school, and we always try to encourage that. The book is by Dorothea Warren Fox. And I love this book. So I hope you love it as much as I loved it when I was a kid. And if I mess up, I'm just going to keep on going. Okay, boys and girls? I hope you enjoy it. Funny Miss Twiggley lived in a tree with a dog named Puss and a colored TV. She did what she liked, and she liked what she did. But when company came, Miss Twiggley hid. "It's not that I do not like people," said she, "but one gets a bit shy when one lives in a tree." She named her dog Puss. He didn't mind that. "My very best friend," he said, "is a cat." Old Miss Twiggley was friendly with bears. "They shed on the sofa," she said, "but who cares? They don't find me odd, and I'm grateful for that. I don't think they'd mind if I slept in my hat." And just to be sure, she did just that. She slept in her hat. She slept in her hat, but she made up her bed, and she swept and she dusted until the bears said they were thoroughly tired of being so neat, and refused when she asked them to hold up their feet. Now Puss was clever, a smart dog indeed. He did the shopping for the things they would need: groceries, clothing, and tools for repairs, bones for himself, and jam for the bears. But whenever he shopped for Miss Twiggley's meals, the town dogs teased and snapped at his heels. So poor Puss shivered as scared as could be, and he hurried back home to a safe and sound tree. Miss Twiggley and Puss were happy up there, high above ground, in their tree in the air. "Simply disgraceful," said people in town, "to live in a tree and never come down." The wife of the mayor was maddest of all. "To not be at home when I come to call is unforgivable, and besides that, I have been told she sleeps in her hat. My husband must know of a town law, said she, against things of that kind going on in a tree. She marched to the mayor. Now what can you do? The house in the tree is spoiling our view. Miss Twiggley's a nuisance. No town should allow a person to hang up her wash on the bough. The smoke from her chimney is causing a smog, and she lives, so they say, with some bears and a dog. The poor mayor sighed. My dear, I agree, but more pressing problems are bothering me. The weather report says it's going to rain. I fear we are in for a wild hurricane. It did rain for a week, a month and a day. The wind blew a gale and the bridge washed away. The town was cut off, its people afloat. Whatever went by, they used for a boat. The road and the meadow were one stormy sea, and right in the middle stood the house in the tree. Old Miss Twiggley had battened her hatches and checked her supply of tea and dry matches. String up some hammocks, she called to the bears. Puss, you build platforms for spare beds and chairs. We may have some collars, and wet ones at that. I'll change the bows on my best sleeping hat. I'll get right to work on a big pot of stew. To be sure, there are plenty to feed quite a few. She put on a kettle and buttered some bread. Now let them all come. I'm ready, she said. They're coming, called Puss, who perched way up high, holding a spyglass close to his eye. Ahoy, called the mayor. Miss Twiggley, you-hoo! Is there room in your house for a wet friend or two? There's room for you all, Miss Twiggley replied. Climb up where it's warm. Come up and be dried. They hauled up the mayor and the chief of police and sweet Trudy Wilmot, the groceryman's niece. Pigs came in their trough. A wet mother cat arrived with her kittens aboard a straw hat. The dogs of the town came swimming right up. Big dogs and small dogs and one frisky pup. But plump Mrs. Honk was afraid of the stairs, and little Joe Pettibone didn't like bears. Don't fret, Mrs. Honk, Miss Twiggley said. You won't mind the height when you're tucked into bed. And Joe, my big bears are as tame as can be. They don't spill a crumb when I ask them to tea. In the very last boat, bedraggled and wet, was the wife of the mayor looking upset. She felt so ashamed of the words she had said when her hostess declared, I've fixed you my bed. Miss Twiggley's new friends were cozy and warm, sheltered and fed and out of the storm. Though the wind made the rain go splittery splat, the mayor's wife slept safe and sound in a hat. Old Puss, once so shy, forgot all his fear, and the town dogs were fun. He was glad they were here. They pretended the house was like Noah's Ark. They played games and sang till long after dark. Now the townsfolk were glad, just as pleased as could be, that funny Miss Twiggley lived in a tree. And Miss Twiggley found out something wonderful too. When emergencies come, you don't think about you. You help all you can, and you never ask why. Then the first thing you know, you forget to be shy. The end. I hope you liked that book as much as I did. It's called Miss Twiggley's Tree by Dorothea Warren Fox, my favorite book. Anyway, boys and girls, stay healthy, wash your hands, stay home, and I miss you. Hope we'll be back soon. Bye. Love you all.